Hey guys, good morning. I'm happy to see all my Pilates peeps. Welcome. My name is Elizabeth. I'm your instructor. You're in a Pilates inspired fitness class, and today is Foam Roll Friday. I don't know about you guys, but I have really been looking forward to this Foam Roll Friday. So without further ado, let's grab the foam roller. We'll reach it straight in front of us, fingertips on each end, and then one knee into tabletop, reach that foam roller forward and switch and continue. All right, guys, and then this simple move will begin to warm up the body. And I'd like to take this opportunity to request of you to keep your workout with me today pain-free. As always, comfortably uncomfortable is okay, but pain is not. Anytime you're feeling stabbing pain, shooting pain, joint pain, structural pain, please stop what you're doing, which is causing those sensations, and do something different so those feelings go away. That's super important to me. You are breathing. I want to welcome you guys. I'm super happy you're with me. My students who are with me live, always wonderful to see you. My students who are with me on my new YouTube channel, welcome. For 4 and 3 and 2. All right, guys, next time you have a knee in tabletop, pause. All right, balance challenge. Let's take that foam roller. Keep it level in space so it's not lifting or lowering. Twist to one side, come to center, twist to the other side. Come to center, continue alternating from side to side, taking that balance challenge. By the way, if your gaze travels over your foam roller, it will be more challenging than if you're looking straight forward. You can use that information however you wish. For 3 and 2 and 1, and come to center. Let's place that foot down and bring the other knee into tabletop. All right, guys, from here, you know what's coming. Let's twist to one side, and center, and the other side, and center, and continue. Try to keep that lower body still in space so it's just actually at the waist that you are twisting. For 3 and 2 and 1, and come to center, both feet down. Nice job. Let's take those palms under the foam roller and just toss and catch. Just feel that massage on your hands, get a little blood in those hands. I don't know why this feels so good, but this feels really good. All right, guys, and then continuing with this, let's bring one knee into tabletop. It doesn't matter which, just taking that balance challenge and breathing. For 3, 2, 1, place that foot down and switch and breathe. You're hitting yourself in your chin or your chest. And 2 and 1, and pause. Good job. Let's take feisty thing. Let's take that foam roller, place it upright in front of us. One hand on top, other hand on top. Take a few steps back and lean forward. Think about making your body into a right angle while you're sticking that booty out in space. Maybe framing the ears with the biceps if that is available to you, and then gently rock forwards and backwards. Oh, this feels amazing. You can use your hands, guys, on leverage on that foam roller to create more space and length in the between the bones in your spine. For 3 and 2 and 1, and then softness in the knees, roll up to a standing position. Nice job. Let's take that foam roller to the right side, reaching that left arm up and over as we reach those hips to the left. So just find a really nice stretch all in here and breathe. For 3 and 2 and 1, and come to center. And then let's do that on the other side and breathe. For 3, this feels so good. And 2 and 1, and come to center. All right, guys, then holding those elbows in towards the waist, reaching them back behind the waist, we'll reach those arms forward, one knee into tabletop and switch, and switch and continue. And so I'm recording from Coretown Pilates in Rancho Mission Viejo, California, and the doors split open in the Pilates room where they're teaching the class. So you guys continue with this. I'm just going to go shut that door so we don't have any noise interference. I'll be right back. Okay. Yeah, she'll know. All right, guys, breathing. Sorry, I know that's a super long set, kind of a boring move for 3 and 2 and 1, and come back to center. All right, we're going to take this down to the mat. So I'm going to cue you how to get down there, but really any other way to get down there is fine as well. So lie that foam roller along on your mat. Come to the very front end of it, straddling it with those heels. Reach those arms forward, navel is tucked to the spine, and then bend, 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 coming all the way down, and then tuck the chin to the chest. Make sure you're scooted all the way forward on your foam roller. Tuck the chin to the chest, and roll all the way down. All right, once you're down, begin gently rocking from side to side. And breathe. And just enjoy that sensation, guys. You have rows of muscles that go up and down the side of your spine on each side. And this is a terrific opportunity to massage them. So just enjoy that. Gently rocking from side to side. And then begin to increase your rocking. So in other words, come all the way out to the left side, kind of as far as you can without falling off, and then come back over to the right side. So in other words, just increase that range of motion. And breathe. Yeah, yesterday I was doing something and I was like, oh, tomorrow is Foam Roll Friday. And it made me so happy. I really, really look forward to Foam Roll Friday with you guys, because I don't know about you. Actually, I do know, because it's true for everyone. That daily posture, leaning forward, tending over our lives, it's really hard to undo that. So it's good to take a amount of time and focus on that heart opening with a foam roller. I have not found anything else that is as effective for undoing that poor posture as being on the foam roller. All right, guys, and breathe for 3 and 2 and 1, and come to center. All right, guys, arms resting wherever feels nice for you. Bring one knee into tabletop, lower, and the other knee into tabletop, and lower, and continue alternating from side to side. Looking good, feeling that balance shift from side to side. Loving it. All right, guys. The next time you have that left knee in tabletop, pause. Reach that right arm up to the ceiling. Okay, then take those left fingertips and hover them above the mat if that's available to you. And then maybe take that left arm up to the ceiling as well. And balance and breathe. And know that if you are on a hard foam roller, on a hard surface, this will be much more challenging than if you, I'm all over the place. It will be much more challenging than if you're on a soft foam roller on a soft surface. So I'm saying that in part because I want you to know I'm on a hard foam roller, which is why I'm all over the place. All right, for 3 and 2 and 1, and then place everything down. Gently rock from side to side. For 3, oh my gosh, this feels amazing. And 2 and 1, come back to center. And then let's bring that right knee into tabletop, left arm up to the ceiling. And then maybe begin to hover those right fingertips, maybe reaching that right arm up to the ceiling. If you are having a hard time with this, guys, just be gentle with yourself and consider it playing. And breathe. Oh my gosh, this is so hard for me today. For 4 two, and one, and come to center. Holy cow, I think you guys had a lot more success than I did. And gently rock from side to side. By the way, one of my favorite things about Joseph Pilates is he was very much into play. If you ever Google him and some of the moves he does, he looks like a toddler, just kind of exploring different movements he can do with his body and just playing. Hi, for three and two and one, and come back to center. All right, guys, from here, let's bring your left knee into tabletop. Keep it there. Take an inhale, and with an exhale, bring your right knee into tabletop. So bringing both knees into tabletop, maybe come into a crunch position with your head, neck, and torso if that feels good to you, or not. So certainly omit it if it doesn't feel good. All right, then from here, let's come on to what we call spider fingertips. Elbows lifted, spider fingertips on the mat, and then maybe lift one or more of those fingertips off the mat. Trying to balance. I am seriously all over the place. All right, so this is a really good time not to take yourself too seriously and just have fun. And breathe. For four and three. Looking good, guys. And two. And one, and come back to center. Lie that head down, gently rock from side to side, and breathe. And just enjoy. And then, guys, let's roll all the way over to the right side. Hang out on that right side and find stillness, and just allow your body to relax with the foam roller as far away from the spine on the right side as possible, moving your body in whatever manner you need to so you stay on top of the foam roller, and just find stillness for a moment and breathe. For four, I could stay here for the whole hour. And three, this feels amazing. And two, oh, I love this. And one, and come to center. And then let's bring that foam roller all the way over to the left side of the spine, as far away from the spine as possible. And then however you want to finagle the rest of your body to support you as you're lying in this position, go ahead and do so. And then just try to find a relaxed body. Oh no. Well, I have a sub, or there's a sub teaching the regular class in the big studio today. So she just turned music on for me. For three and two and one, and come back to center. All right, guys, let's gently rock from side to side again, taking the feel goods. And breathe for three and two and one, and come to center. I'm just trying to turn that music up. There we go. All right, guys, and then we are going to switch gears. So please just gently roll to the side of the foam roller so it is no longer underneath you and you're lying on the mat. So lying on the mat, notice how your spine feels after being on that foam roller. Not that your spine felt bad before, but notice how much better it feels. And then take a step apart with those feet and windshield wiper those knees from side to side. Yeah, just feeling that twisty sensation in the midsection, and breathe. Getting a nice stretch on this top thigh as you come to one side. Getting a nice bit of work and stretch in the obliques on the sides of your waist, and getting a nice booty massage all at once. You're welcome. For three and two and one, and come back to center. Both knees bent, both feet flat. Take that left leg up to the ceiling. Keeping the head down, arms at your sides. Take an inhale as you exhale. Lift those hips, and then lower and lift, and continue for three and two. And the next time those hips are lifted, pause. Let's take that left straight leg, flex those feet, flex the foot rather, And then take that straight leg down towards the mat, point and lift, flex and lower, and point and lift, and continue. Begin to notice if those hips are moving around. If they are, can you prevent that from happening? For 3 and 2. And the next time that leg is up to the ceiling, pause, and then roll down vertebrae by vertebrae, coming all the way down, and place that left foot on the ground. Nice job. Let's take that right leg up to the ceiling. Take an inhale as you exhale, lift those hips. All right, guys, from here, we're going to flex that top foot, lower it down, point and lift and flex and lower. Continue, and again, notice if those hips are rocking. If they are, try to prevent that. For 3 and 2. The next time that leg is up towards the ceiling, pause, and then roll down vertebrae by vertebrae, coming all the way down, placing both feet flat on the ground, and windshield wiper those knees from side to side. For 2 and 1, and come to center. All right, guys, let's take that foam roller and place it under the feet. So we want the knees bent, the feet flat, feet on the foam roller. We're going to do this bridging sequence again and add on to it by using the foam roller, but you can omit the foam roller if what I'm about to suggest is not feeling great for you. All right, guys, so before we lift the hips, by the way, we're keeping the head down, begin to press your feet into the foam roller. Notice how that really activates those hamstring muscles, but I want you to notice if that foam roller feels solid, like it's not going to shoot out. And if it feels stable and you want more, take an inhale as you exhale, lift those hips. Then take that left leg straight up to the ceiling, flex that foot, lower that straight leg, point the toes and lift, flex and lower and point and lift and continue. Following out that belly, keeping that head down, keeping those hips stable for 2. And the next time that leg is up to the ceiling, pause and roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. When you're all the way down, pause. Take a step apart with those feet and windshield wiper those knees from side to side. By the way, if you're watching the video and you noticed that I just cued something and did something different, it's because I'm following my own advice, taking care of my body and modifying as I need to. So, in case you ever needed permission, your Pilates instructor modifies too. For 3 and 2 and 1, and come to center. All right, guys, coming in for round 2, press those feet into the foam roller, head stays flat, take an inhale, exhale, lift those hips, take that right leg straight up to the ceiling, flex that foot, lower that straight leg, point those toes, lift, flex and lower, and point and lift, and continue. Woo, and breathe. Noticing if those hips are shifting, and if so, trying to find that pelvic stability. If you visualize your skeleton, the only thing that's moving right now is the head of the femur and the hip socket. That would be the only joint moving. All right, for 3 and 2. And the next time that leg is up to the ceiling, keep it up to the ceiling, and then roll down vertebrae by vertebrae, coming all the way down. When you're all the way down, guys, hug those knees into the chest and gently rock from side to side and breathe. For 3 and 2 and 1, and come back to center. Place those feet back onto the foam roller. Place that head down, arms at your sides, keeping the head down, both feet on the foam roller. Take an inhale as you exhale, lift those hips. Then tiny range of motion, roll that roller towards you and away, breathing, squeezing those booty cheeks, really feeling those hamstrings, which we're going to target next, so that'll be a nice thing of work. And then a massage, for 3 and 2 and 1, and lower that booty down and come to a seated position. All right, good job, guys. From here, let's take that foam roller and place it right under the thighs. So the only thing here, guys, is we want to avoid the backs of the knees. That's the only rule. Other than that, just whatever feels good for you. So I will cue this such that the backs of the thighs are on the foam roller, hands behind you, lift those hips, and then begin to, actually I'm going to start a little further back on my mat, and then begin to roll forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards. Taking that nice hamstring massage, which should feel really good because we just blasted them out with that last exercise on the foam roller. Maybe coming to a wide Pilates V. In other words, externally rotate those toes away from the midline of your body with those feet kind of far apart and massage that outer portion of the backs of the legs. And then pivot those toes up towards the ceiling and massage out just the center of the backs of those thighs. And then maybe pivot those toes together in an awkward knock-knee pigeon toe position and get a little bit of inner thigh massage. Oh, this feels so good. For 3 and 2 and 1, and then find stillness, guys. Take one ankle, cross it over the other one, and then just shimmy those legs from side to side. And then if you wish, you can gently roll forwards and backwards while you're doing this. This clearly applies more pressure between your leg and the foam roller, thus increasing the firmness of the massage. So of course, if you don't like that, just omit this and keep those feet uncrossed. For 2 and 1, and then let's uncross and then cross the other ankle over or knee over, and then begin to shimmy from side to side. And then if you wish, you can begin to add back in that rolling and forwards and backwards. So we're literally massaging those muscles from different angles, giving a different sensation. Everyone has tight hamstrings, I think. So I am guessing everyone is enjoying this. It might possibly hurt so good. For 3 and 2 and 1, and lower that booty down. Nice job. Take that foam roller and kick it down under the lower portion of the calves. Yeah. And then let's shimmy those feet from side to side like we're waving. And then if you want more, you can lift those hips and shimmy from side to side, and then pause and then roll it up just about an inch or so and shimmy from side to side and continue. Again, the only rule here, guys, is we definitely want to avoid the back of the knee, and you can continue in this manner. If you wish, you can cross one ankle over. I will cue for that, but if that doesn't feel good to you, then certainly omit it. And breathe. You can also do this, guys, with your booty down. That's totally an option. All right, and then uncross and cross the other ankle over. Wow. Notice if there's a clunk clunk in your muscles. There certainly is in mine. For 2 and 1, and lower that booty down. Good job. All right, so the backs of your legs should be feeling pretty good. Let's take that foam roller and we're going to place it behind us across the mat. Then at about bra strap level, lean back on to the foam roller. Lace those fingertips behind the head. Fingertips laced behind the head, head supported, roll down and around. Just feeling that big heart opening. For 2 and 1, come back to center, and then lift those hips. Then begin to roll forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards. All right, guys, for this sequence, we're staying on the ribs. So think about just below the bra strap and up. So we don't want to go too much below the bra strap. So we're definitely avoiding the waist. And continue, not rolling over the waist, staying far above the waist. And just enjoy. All right, guys, let's take both elbows and our torso and shift it so we're slightly to the right. And continue rolling forwards and backwards, rolling out now the side of the spinal area instead of on top of the spine. Getting all those muscles in the shoulder girdle and those lats. It should feel really good. For 3 and 2, come to center, and then let's take our torso and our elbows and shift over to the left and continue. If you find yourself getting in a corner, just go ahead and reposition at any time. And breathe. Whew. And enjoy for 3 and 2. And then come to center. All right, guys, hips lifted, you are at center. Then keeping your torso where it is in space, in other words, at the height that it is. So in other words, we're not going to lower or lift the torso. Let's just shift from side to side. So we're sort of rainbow arcing flat in space, our head and shoulders. And notice how that feels. And then roll forwards or backwards just about an inch or so and do it again. So you have a different point of contact between your back and that foam roller. And breathe. And then find a new position and continue. So in other words, roll up or down just about an inch or so. And just continue with this, moving freely, whatever feels good for you. And massaging. Keeping the head supported in the hands, so that part's important. For 3 and 2 and 1, and come to center. All right, guys, then let's lower that booty and tap and lift and lower and lift and continue. Begin to squeeze those booty cheeks, place the weight into the heels, let those toes hover just a tiny amount above the foam roller, and notice how this is turning into a really terrific back strengthening exercise. That would be back of the lower body. Well, it's a posture enhancing exercise as well. For 4 and 3 and 2. And the next time that booty is down, keep it down. All right, then kick those legs out long, place those fingertips behind the head and lean back. Just enjoy that stretch. If that feels good to you, if that doesn't feel good to you, then certainly omit it for 4 and 3 and 2. And bring that chin to the chest and press yourself up to a seated position. Okay, nice job. Next, we're going to take that foam roller and place it right up, just about an inch or 2 behind the booty, and then lean back with the hands on the foam roller. All right, guys, then take those knees and your hips and pivot them to the left. Okay, so we're not on top of the spine. The foam roller is in contact with the spine with the foam roller at an angle. So that's super important. So please make sure that you're at an angle and you're not directly on top of the foam roller. And then if you wish, you can begin to gently rock or roll forwards and backwards and continue. So I said earlier that we wanted to avoid the waist, and that is true with the foam roller directly on top of the spine. And the reason is you have little bones that stick out from your spine. They're called spinal processes. And waist and above, the angle of those bones is really conducive to foam rolling. But down by the waist, those bones jut out at a different angle, which makes it not a good idea to foam roll down there. So the angle is not conducive to foam rolling. But when we pivot to the side, it's okay. So enjoying this for 3, actually enjoying this quite a bit, and 2, and 1, and come to center, lower that booty down, and then we'll do that on the other side. So pivot those knees and the hips to the right, and then begin to roll forwards and backwards. And continue. By the way, so the organs are less protected down in this area because they're not protected by ribs. So if you're feeling any discomfort, internally doing this with that pressure, then certainly omit this as well. Okay, and breathe. For 4 and 3 and 2. Looking good, guys. Loving it. And 1, and come to center. All right, press yourself up to a seated position. Take that foam roller. We're going to place it under the thighs again. All right, with the foam roller under the thighs, reach those arms forward. Navel tucked to the spine. Imagine someone has socked you in the belly, and you're going to avoid that as you roll down vertebrae by vertebrae, coming all the way down. All right, guys, for this next sequence, we're going to keep the head on the mat the entire time. Bend those knees, feet are flat, lift the hips and put that foam roller just about at tailbone level. All right, then bring one knee and the other knee into a tabletop position. Hollow out that belly, recruit those core muscles, hold everything taut in that midsection. So sucking in that tummy, and then let's begin to shift those knees to the right, up to center, over to the left, up to center, and continue. All right, guys, so as we're doing this, we're keeping our head down, and notice how this feels. If you keep both shoulders down, try to do that. You'll experience a lot of spinal rotation, and place your hands on your waist, just below the waist actually, and fan those fingertips out. Gently dig those fingertips into your midsection and notice how active that those core muscles are as you're going through this range of motion. And if they're not active, activate them. How? By sucking in your tummy. Your core goes all the way around your spine like a corset, and you can activate it by tucking that navel into the spine. Also, if you exhale loudly, you will automatically recruit almost all of those core muscles. And breathe for 4. This feels amazing. And 3. And 2. And the next time those knees are to the right, pause. All right, guys, we'll just hang out here for a moment. Knees to the right, head is flat, both shoulders down. Just feel that twisty sensation in your body. For 3, just hanging out. And 2. And 1. And come to center. Drop those knees to the left. And then try to relax into this position. And breathe. For 4. And 3. 2. And 1. Come to center. All right, guys, take those legs up to the ceiling. Then let's lower that right straight leg down towards the mat while we bring that left straight leg towards us. Exhale and switch. And continue, trying to suck in that tummy, feeling those lower abdominal muscles working as you're going through this range of motion, where we are strengthening and lengthening, using that breath to help you. And continue. I'm feeling like my feet are going to cramp. That's why I'm flexing my feet. Otherwise, keep those toes pointed. Unless you're going to cramp up, then certainly flex those feet. For 4, time for me to eat some bananas. And 3, and 2. And the next time those legs are up towards the ceiling, pause. Pivot those feet into a Pilates V. If you're new at this, that means that those heels are together and those toes are a few inches apart and those heels are touching. Your feet look like a slice of pizza. Bend those knees in towards your chest. Those knees separate a lot. And then kick those legs out straight, bringing those knees together, and lift those legs up to the ceiling. And do it again. And continue. Hollow out that belly. Navel is tucked to the spine. We're getting a lot of really neat movement with the head of the femur and the hip socket right now. If you think about your bone and your skeleton and what's going on, it is interesting. Oh, are you sucking in that tummy? You know, you could do this forever and not think anything of it, but when you recruit the muscles that you want to activate, this can become quite strenuous. I'm feeling this quite a bit. For 2, woo. And the next time those legs are up towards the ceiling, pause, then lower those feet down, and then bend the knees into the chest, take those legs up to the ceiling, and do it again, and continue. So my circles, which in fact we are making circles if you think about it, and my circles are kind of tiny. But if it feels good for you to have larger circles, you're welcome to do so. So for me, that wouldn't feel great for my back, so I'm keeping my circles tiny. Breathing. We're all given the bodies that we have, and it's our job to take care of them with their various conditions. So whatever that looks like for you, please do that. For 3, and 2. And the next time those legs are up towards the ceiling, pause, open those legs wide like scissors, bring those feet down and around together, kind of away from you and up towards the ceiling, and do it again. So we're coming into leg circles here. Feel the muscles in your midsection working to facilitate this movement. Think about about the rotation of the head of the femur in the hip socket. Whew. And again, this is inherently a posture correcting exercise because passively we are in the opposite position of leaning forward, of the torso leaning forward over the hips, which is what we do all the time in daily life. All right, guys, next time those legs are up towards the ceiling, pause, lower those legs down, open wide, and bring them up and around, and do it again, and continue. Again, my circles are tiny. If yours are larger and that feels good for you, go for it. Oh, and breathe, feeling those midsection muscles for 2. All right, guys, the next time those legs are up towards the ceiling, pause. Let's take both feet and then pivot them to the right and then bring them away from you over to the left and back up towards the ceiling and do it again. So now we're keeping our feet together. And if you're looking up towards the ceiling, you're making a clockwise circle. And continue breathing. Feel the massage shifting around on your derriere area, and also feel the work in your midsection and your abdomen area also shifting around. That is kind of cool. For 3 and 2 and 1, come to center, and then let's reverse the direction of our circles, coming into a counterclockwise circle. And breathe. And enjoying the strengthening, enjoying the massage, enjoying the posture correcting. Woo, for 3 and breathing, and 2 and 1, and then let's bend the knees, place those feet flat onto the mat. Feet are flat, head is down, windshield wiper those knees from side to side with those hips lifted, and just notice how this feels. Feels pretty good. Getting a nice stretch in that midsection after all that work that we just did, and continue. Whew, for 3 and 2 and 1, and come to center. All right, guys, let's lift those hips, remove that foam roller from behind us, kick those legs out long, pick up the foam roller and place it behind the head like a pillow. Oh my gosh, I don't have enough room here. So the head is resting on the foam roller. Yep, just like a pillow. Open those arms to a T. Take a little step apart with those feet and windshield wiper those knees from side to side. For 2 and 1, come to center. All right, guys, let's place our fingertips on the outside of that foam roller, and then begin to look to the right and center and left and center. Continue alternating from side to side. And just notice your end range of motion. So we're not pressing the end range of motion. We're just noticing the end range of motion. Feeling that terrific massage on the back of your skull. You guys look so peaceful. I love it. For 3, you're welcome to close your eyes if you wish. And 2 and 1, and come to center. Then roll that foam roller up your skull just about an inch, placing the fingertips on the outside of the foam roller so it doesn't shoot away from you. Begin to rotate from side to side again. So now you're massaging a different area on the back of that scalp. Should feel really good. And again, noticing that end range of motion. You guys, as we age, we begin to lose the ability to look from side to side unless we purposefully practice it. So there is a thing where seniors fail their driver's exams because they cannot look over a shoulder. So we are ensuring that we're not in that category. And if you are far away from your senior years, this is still a really fabulous thing to do. For 3 and 2, come to center, and then finally, one more time, roll it up your skull, different point of contact, and then shimmy or gently rock from side to side. Are you rocking or are you shaking? This would connote a sort of a shaking of the head, but we're not really shaking in this position. Anyways, just enjoy that that range of motion. And again, notice those endpoints. For 3 and 2 and 1 and come to center. All right, guys, lift the head off the foam roller, reach that foam roller up towards the ceiling, and then bring one knee into tabletop, other knee into tabletop while maintaining that crunch position. Let's take that foam roller, put it on top of our shins. Fingertips laced behind the head. Is it possible to kick those legs out straight without having that foam roller roll off of those shins and bring it back in and do it again? And continue. Again, remember, we're just playing here, so don't take yourself too seriously with this. My range of motion is tiny because that feels better for my back, but if it feels good for you to extend those feet further away from your body, go ahead and do so. And of course, if it's better for you to lie flat, go ahead and do so. For 3 and 2 and 1, and then grab that foam roller. All right, guys, let's lie on our sides with the foam roller kind of up near our armpit, going across the body. All right, and then we'll just rest the torso on the foam roller. You can take your top arm, bring it up towards the ceiling, and then roll forwards and then back and do it again. So what we're doing here, guys, and you can continue, is we're just massaging out the side body. So whatever position, body position for you makes sense, go ahead and do that as we just rock from side to side and breathe. And if you find a spot that's really sensitive or feels really good, you're welcome to stay there and then just do tiny movements. So you're still maintaining that same point of pressure, but you're just moving a little bit differently over it. You might feel a release. Some people call this type of work myofascial release. And breathe. I don't know about you guys, but I just love this foam roller. It feels amazing. For 3 and 2 and 1, let's press ourselves up to a seated position. All right, guys, this next sequence frequently hurts so good. So just be aware of that. If it's really talking to you, that's common. All right, on our side, let's go ahead and place that bottom hip onto the foam roller, and then we're going to roll out the side of the leg. So there's a few options. So depending on the density of your foam roller, this might be all that you want. But if you want more, you can come to a side plank type position using that top leg bent to move you around, or anything else that makes sense for you to roll out the side of this leg. So whatever that looks like. Again, my foam roller is super hard, so I do not want a lot of pressure between my body and the foam roller, particularly for this area. Frequently hurts so good. For 3 and 2 and 1. Good. And then let's just pivot ourselves over onto the tush. And then with the hands behind us, roll forwards and backwards over those booty cheeks. Getting that nice stretch in the chest as we bring those hips away from the body. And of course, if this doesn't feel good to you, any variation is fine. All right, guys, I'm going to cue on, but again, you can continue with this if this is all you want. If you want more pause, bring one knee into tabletop, other knee into tabletop, or hover the feet, and then shimmy from side to side. So this is quite intense for me on this foam roller. So if this is not feeling good to you, just keep those feet down and you will have a less firm massage. I guess a softer massage is a better way to say that. Oh, unless you like the really less firm massage. I mean, more firm massage. I'm playing with words here. All right, at any rate, so moving in a manner that makes sense for you with your foam roller and your body. And just take a moment here. So if you were with me Monday and Wednesday, we did a lot of work in the glute area. We always do, actually. But anyways, so that perky booty that you have developed with those exercises probably is appreciating this massage. For 3 and 2 and 1, and then however you want to get there, guys, let's place that foam roller under the other armpit area. And then again, in a manner that makes sense for you, let's roll out the side body and continue. By the way, when I look at my watch, I'm not bored or checking my emails. I just want to keep us on time because I know you guys are busy, so I respect your time. All right, guys, rolling out the side. In a manner that makes sense for you for 3 and 2 and 1, and then we'll do that, dare I say, agonizing on the side of the leg. So however you want to get there, go ahead and get there, whatever makes sense for you. Ooh. And breathe. By the way, I encourage you guys to hydrate after these foam roll sessions. I mean, I encourage you to hydrate all the time because it's healthy for our body. And actually was having, what was I having? I think I was having a facial or something, a massage. I can't remember it, but the woman said, she said, wow, you drink a lot of water, don't you? And she could just tell by the viscosity of my skin, if you will. So it also is really does numbers for our skin. But anyways, after foam rolling in particular, it's a great idea to make sure you hydrate. For 3 and 2, yeah, when she said that, I made a mental note. Continue drinking a lot of water. For 2 and 1. All right, guys, then let's come to a kneeling position. If kneeling doesn't work for you, that is no big deal. Just come to a standing position. All right, then take that foam roller to one side, reach that arm up and over. Use your hand on that foam roller to give yourself a little leverage to come further into the stretch that maybe you would not be able to do without the support or assistance of that foam roller. And continue for 3 and 2 and 1, and come to center. Wow, that felt great. Let's do that on the other side. Yeah, and then bringing those hips away or reaching that outside arm up and over. By the way, if you're doing this stretch flat as a pancake as opposed to like a twisty thing, you'll experience more success in finding a nice stretch. For 3 and 2 and 1, and come to center. All right, guys, then let's take the foam roller behind you, which is kind of tricky. All right, and then with those palms on the outside of the foam roller, just lift and lower those arms. Think about dropping those shoulders down and back. Think about getting a really nice stretch across the chest. Ooh, for 3 and 2 and 1, and pause. Okay, if you are standing and this kneeling thing isn't working for you, just continue with that. If you are kneeling, place that foam roller down just at the crook of your ankle. Reach those arms forward, reach those hips forward as you lean back with those shoulders, and do it again. Excuse me. For 4 and 3 and 2, and the next time you're back, stay back. Reach those arms overhead, reach forward, reach those arms overhead, reach forward. Holy cow, I am shaking. You might be as well. For 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, come all the way up. Nice job. So you should be feeling your thighs. And we have just about a minute left. So let's take that foam roller, place it in front of us. And then if you are standing, go ahead and come down for this next sequence. Go ahead and avoiding the knees, drape yourself over your foam roller so that foam roller is under the thighs. All right, guys. And then avoiding the knees, begin to roll forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards. And continue. If this position in your spine is not feeling good, you are welcome to come down to those elbows so your spine is not at an angle. Ooh, it feels amazing. For 3 and 2. All right, guys, optional. Go ahead and roll to about mid-thigh level, and then bring your torso down towards the mat. Reaching those arms back behind you, palms facing up, and pressing those shoulders together behind you. Yep, so you're squeezing, let me cue that differently. Imagine that you have a big beach ball between your hands and you're pressing that beach ball, you're squeezing it. And breathe, squeezing those booty cheeks. Again, super posture correcting exercise. In this stillness, undoing hours of leaning forward for 5 and 4. Are you squeezing those booty cheeks? If not, do so. And 3 and 2. And 1. And release. Place those hands onto the mat under your shoulders. Press yourself up. Tuck those toes underneath you. Take an inhale. As you exhale, lift that booty up towards the ceiling. Melting those heels down, coming into a sort of a downward dog situation, and then pedal one knee and then the other. And continue taking any move that feels good for you for 4 and 3, creating space between the chin and the chest and the ears and the shoulders, and 2 and 1. And then carefully walk those feet towards the hands and the hands towards the feet. And then hanging heavy, nod your head, yes, 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 I feel amazing. Shake your head, no, no, no. Softness in the knees, head is heavy. Roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, coming all the way up. When you get to the top, bring those shoulders up, back, and down. Up, back, and down. One more time, up, back, and down, and walk into your day and your weekend with your awesome posture. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm really glad that you are here. If you are watching my videos, please like me and subscribe. That would mean a lot to me. Okay, hope you guys all have an awesome day.